Life is not a straight road. It's a Bollywood film full of twists, turns, drama, heartbreak, and sometimes unexpected songs in the middle of nowhere. But no matter what kind of story life writes for you, remember one thing. You are the author, the director, and most importantly, the hero. You see, most of us spend too much time wishing we had someone else's life. We scroll through social media, looking at other people's success, their vacations, their relationships, and their achievements, thinking, yaar, I wish I had that. But tell me something, have you ever seen a blockbuster movie where the hero dreams of being someone else? No. The hero takes his own story, flaws, failures, struggles, and all, and turns it into something legendary. I wasn't born into a film family. I didn't have a godfather in Bollywood. In fact, when I came to Mumbai, I had nothing but a few hundred rupees and a heart full of dreams. People told me, Shah Rukh, you don't have the looks, you don't have the physique, your nose is too big and your hair is too messy. I could have believed them. I could have packed my bags, gone back to Delhi and become a small-time TV actor. But I didn't, because I knew that no one else would write my story for me. I had to do it myself. And that's exactly what you need to understand. Whatever has happened in your past, failures, disappointments, heartbreaks, they do not define you. Your circumstances do not decide who you are. The only thing that defines you is what you choose to do next. You may have been knocked down, but the hero always gets up. The story only becomes legendary when the hero refuses to quit. Think about all the great legends in history. Steve Jobs was fired from his own company. Oprah Winfrey was told she wasn't fit for television. Walt Disney was once called not creative enough. But imagine if they had let those moments define them. Imagine if they had decided, maybe they are right, maybe I should just stop. We would never have iPhones, The Lion King, or one of the most inspiring media personalities of all time. The truth is, everyone will have an opinion about you. People will doubt you, they will criticize you. But what matters is, what do you believe about yourself? Because the day you start believing in your own story, the world will believe in it too. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, but what if I fail? Let me tell you something. Failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is a part of success. Every hero faces setbacks before reaching victory. Imagine a film where the hero never faces a challenge. Boring, right? Your struggles, your mistakes, your rejections, they are just building the climax of your success story. When I did Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge, people said romantic films weren't my thing. When I did Swades, they said it wouldn't work. When I did Pathan, people thought my time was over. And yet, each of those movies became milestones in my career because I refused to let someone else's doubts define my destiny. And you shouldn't either. So my friends, stop waiting for someone to come and rescue you. Stop thinking that you need the perfect conditions, the perfect timing, or the perfect support to succeed. Heroes don't wait for the perfect moment. They create their own moment. They take the story they've been given and turn it into something extraordinary. Your life is your film. And you, yes, you are the only one who can make it a blockbuster. So go out there and own your story. Because the world is waiting for your grand entry. The most important conversation you will ever have is not with your boss, your parents, your best friend, or even your life partner. It is the conversation you have with yourself every single day. Because, believe it or not, you talk to yourself more than anyone else in the world. The question is, what are you saying? Most people have a very toxic habit and they don't even realize it. They constantly speak negatively to themselves. I am not good enough. I always fail. I can't do this. Now imagine this. What if your best friend spoke to you like this? If they told you every day you are useless, you can never succeed, you will always be stuck in this situation, would you still be friends with them? Of course not. You would walk away and tell them to get lost. And yet, this is exactly what many of us do to ourselves. You see, life is already challenging. There are enough critics, doubters, and naysayers in the world trying to pull you down. But the biggest danger is when you become your own worst enemy. When you start believing those negative voices in your head, you sabotage your own success before you even try. That little voice in your head becomes the villain of your story, and you allow it to control your script. But today I am telling you, it's time to change that dialogue. Let me tell you a secret. Every successful person you admire had moments of doubt. Every hero has faced rejection, failure, and fear. Even I, Shah Rukh Khan, had moments where I wondered if I would make it in the industry. When I came to Mumbai, people laughed at me. They said, "You don't have the looks of a hero, your nose is too big, you are just a TV actor." Now, I could have listened to them. I could have said to myself, maybe they're right, maybe I'm not good enough. But I didn't. Instead, I changed the dialogue in my head. Instead of saying, "I can't," I said, "I will." Instead of thinking, "What if I fail?" I thought, "What if I succeed beyond my wildest dreams?" Instead of believing I am not meant for this, I believed I am creating my own destiny. And that one shift, that one change in mindset made all the difference. The way you talk to yourself matters more than anything else. If you keep telling yourself you are not good enough, you will act like you are not good enough. But if you tell yourself, "I am learning, I am growing, I am improving every single day," then you will rise beyond your limitation. You will step into your power, you will take actions that align with your success, and sooner or later you will see results. Now, I know what some of you are thinking, but Shah Rukh, I have failed so many times. How can I believe in myself? Let me tell you something. Failure does not mean you are not capable. Failure simply means you are on the journey to success. Think of a child learning to walk. They fall 100 times before they take the first step. But do they ever say, "Maybe walking is not for me"? No. They keep trying until one day they succeed. So why, as adults, do we start doubting ourselves the moment we face a challenge? Why do we say, "Maybe this is not for me," just because we failed once or twice? The truth is, your words shape your reality. If you keep telling yourself you're a failure, you will act like one. But if you tell yourself you are capable, resilient, and unstoppable, then nothing, not rejection, not setbacks, not even the biggest obstacles can stop you from achieving your dreams. So from today, start paying attention to your inner dialogue. Whenever you catch yourself saying something negative, stop immediately and replace it with something positive. If your mind says, "I can't do this," respond with, "I am learning and I will get better." If your thoughts say, "I always fail," tell yourself, "I am one step closer to success." If you feel like giving up, remind yourself, "The hero of my story never quits." Life will always throw challenges at you. But remember, the biggest battle is not outside, it is inside your own mind. If you win that battle, then nothing, absolutely nothing, can stop you. So change your dialogue, change your mindset, and watch how your entire life transforms. Because in the end, just like in a Shah Rukh Khan movie, the hero always wins. And my friend, you are the hero of your own story. Life is like a Bollywood movie. There's drama, suspense, romance, action, and sometimes way too much thinking. Yes, thinking. Because let's be honest, most of us don't fail because we lack talent or opportunity. We fail because we think too much and do too little. We all have dreams. Some want to start a business, some want to get fit, some want to move to a new city, and some want to propose to the love of their life. But instead of taking that first step, we sit and overanalyze. We ask, what if I fail? What if things don't go as planned? What if people laugh at me? And before we even begin, we convince ourselves that it's too risky, too difficult, or too late. And that, my friend, is how dreams die. Not because they are impossible, but because we overthink them to death. Let me tell you a secret. Every successful person you admire is not necessarily the smartest, the most talented, or the luckiest. They are simply the ones who took action while others were busy thinking. When I came to Mumbai, I didn't have a grand plan. I didn't sit down and calculate my chances of success. I didn't overthink whether I would fit into Bollywood. I simply took action. I went to auditions, accepted roles, big or small, and worked with everything I had. If I had spent years thinking, will I ever be as big as Amitabh Bachchan? Will people accept me? I would still be sitting in Delhi thinking instead of living my dream. The biggest enemy of success is paralysis by analysis. The more you think, the more excuses your mind creates. The more excuses you have, the less action you take. And without action, nothing changes. Tell me something. When you learned to walk as a child, did you sit and analyze every step? No. You fell, got up, and kept trying. If babies thought the way adults do, they would never learn to walk. But they don't think, they just do. And that is why they succeed. So why, as we grow older, do we stop doing and start doubting? Why do we let fear control us? The truth is, fear is not real. It is just a story we tell ourselves. And the only way to defeat fear is by taking action. Think about it. When you first learned to swim, you were scared. But once you jumped into the water and moved your arms, the fear disappeared. The same thing happens in life. The moment you take action, the fear fades away. But what if you fail? Good, because failure means you are moving forward. It means you are trying. It means you are doing something instead of just dreaming. Every successful person has failed more times than they can count. The difference is they didn't stop. If you want to get fit, stop waiting for the perfect workout plan. Go for a run today. Do some push-ups. Just start. If you want to start a business, stop waiting for the perfect idea. Take one step. Register a name. Make a small investment. Just start. If you want to write a book, stop planning the perfect plot. Write one page today. Just start. Because here's the truth. Action creates momentum, and momentum creates success. The more you do, the more confident you become. And the more confident you are, the less you will overthink. Look at any great Bollywood film. The hero does not sit around wondering if he will win. He takes action. He fights, he falls, he gets up, and he fights again. And that is why he wins in the end. So today, make a promise to yourself. No more overthinking, no more waiting, no more excuses. Life is happening right now. If you don't take action, someone else will. And one day, you will look back and regret not starting when you had the chance. You are the hero of your own story. But a hero is not someone who just dreams. A hero is someone who acts. So go out there, take the first step, and make your life a blockbuster. Because the world is waiting for your action scene. Lights, camera, action. It's your time to shine.